Dakota Dickerson Productions.
Robots are stealing our jobs documentary. The digital revolution is happening, and it's happening fast. I remember going to Blockbuster all the time and rent videos.
Straight.
That's straight. Little do they know that something is about to take their jobs. Redbox. When I tried to use the machine, it didn't even work. I couldn't even get the thing to work. And when it did work, it seems like the only movies I could get are freaking Nazi movies. What's up with that? I don't know. But if you look closely, you can still see where the shadow of the former rental giant used to be. Premiere Video. Hey, we're at a video store, about to go check it out and see how it is.
So, what are your thoughts on the movie store we've found? Rare movie store.
Up in here in the video store, having a good time, looking at some videos. They got everything you can think of.
To the place.
They got Blu-rays.
They got VHSs from all over the world. Rare ladders, but these are for employee use only. Tell them about
Blu-rays.
Blu-rays, ballin'. It's only the ballers got the Blu-rays.
Even the VHS are for rent. A lot of VHS are not available on DVD copies. And, you know, we add, 10 to 15 every week of titles. So, drama, horror, action, hits, TV series, DVR, science fiction, comedy, kids, musicals and classics and documentaries, John Wayne, westerns, classics, and then foreign on that row. English one is in the back, series are over there. Series are also up top. Newest ones are on the back wall. We also do imports, which are ones that you probably would not get normally in the US. We had Homeland Season 5 for about 6 months before it even came out in the US.
This is a conventional 18-wheeler that drives itself, thanks to a $30,000 retrofit. San Francisco startup Otto, which Uber bought this summer, made history with this truck. It completed the world's first truck autonomous delivery, carrying 50,000 cans of Budweiser from a brewery in Fort Collins, Colorado, to Colorado Springs, 120 miles away.
The trucking companies, warehouses, and private sector in the USA employs an estimated 8.9 million people.
We are inside the trucks.
But nothing is.
Hey, my name is Joey Trevino. I'm 31 years old. I've been a truck driver for 5 years, 2 years over the road.
So, what do you think about the driverless cars in the future?
Nah, this is gonna take money away from us. Even if you do put a driver sitting down there, I mean, really, what is the risk of the guy not going in the back and going to sleep? You know what I'm saying? It's just, I mean, this is America. We're all trying to make money. We're all trying to do it somehow. If you gotta, they're trying to take drivers, being drivers. They're trying to make a machine do it for you, and it's not the case. You know what I'm saying? It's not the way it's supposed to be. But God put us here for a reason, you know what I'm saying? He didn't make a machine, he made man. You know what I'm saying?
Amen. Well, thank you, Joey, for telling us your opinion, and we appreciate you having us on here.
Thank you. Catch you later.
Thanks, man.
Be easy,
Appreciate
man.
it.
How's the coffee?
It's delicious. A couple more to go. We're out of here. I noticed these truck drivers like to gamble. One thing we got in common. I don't want it to happen because it'll take away jobs, so we want to get that on camera.
Shut it off.
Yeah,
Okay.
take it off there. The very next day. Last night we got kicked out, but we came back the next day and we were pretty successful. What's your opinion on the subject?
Mike Hill, been trucking about 25 years. Driver's truck's the dumbest thing I ever heard of. You're gonna trust a computer? You can't even trust a microwave. You're gonna come out with a truck police on the road? Not a good idea.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right.
You have a good day. Alright, my name is Johnny Smith. I've been trucking for about 4.5 years now, and driverless cars in the future would be a terrible idea, just on the simple fact that computers and things are not always accurate, and they could, cause damage if you have driverless cars, causing, basically unnecessary accidents and things of that nature. So that's what I believe. Alright, thank you, Johnny Smith. Alright, thank you.
You have a machine doing it. But from what I understood, I was talking to some people and they told me that you're going to have a person that actually has to do some kind of function in the truck. I don't know how true it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As far as maybe programming it or something to that effect.
Right?
I'm not sure about that. But, I mean, man, I don't know. These trucks are kind of big, man. So if he slip up, it won't be the company. It won't be owned. It'll be owned by somebody else, right?
Right?
I mean, you have human individuals that make human error. So I would imagine a machine will make an error. I don't know, you can't call it a human error, but
Right?
you know what I mean.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Hey, I appreciate it. Thank you.
You might get a malfunction with the truck ending up in the middle of traffic with all kind of cars. Who knows? So
Right?
yeah, no problem, man.
Excellent.
I just been driving all day kind of time.
Driverless cars. We're in the eye of the beast. We're at the Tesla store, gonna check out the driverless cars. They declined to interview. Who knows what they're hiding? They said we could get some shots of the inside and outside of the vehicles. Pretty fancy stuff.
This is called Scott. It's a shared computer-operated transport vehicle, and it's being driven by a computer right now.
Uber and Lyft employ over 100,000 people. So I called up an Uber and had him pick me up at my house.
Hi, I'm Jordan. I'm your Uber driver today. I've been driving Uber for about 3 years now. I do this full time, and I make good money doing it. Now, if we had driverless cars, that's a cool idea, but it's also going to take away people's jobs. Now, you can make good money doing this job. It's fun, easy doing it. It's great. you can make a good living. So if we have driverless cars, I mean, no one's going to be making any money. Accidents can happen. A lot of these drivers could start turning to crime. That's what happens when people start getting unemployed. They try to find other ways to make money. If they can't do it an easy way, sometimes they got to go the hard way.
What college kids think.
What's your opinion on the topic of driverless vehicles?
Yes, this is Chad Pearson, and I don't think very seriously about it, but my sense is that it will be convenient for those who dislike driving. Having said that, I fear that they're potentially dangerous, not because the driverless car itself might provoke an accident, but because of human drivers, and human error might result in traffic, an accident of some sort.
All right. Well, thank you.
Yep, no problem.
What do you think about driverless vehicles?
Scary.
Scary?
Yeah, pretty much. It's like big, like yeah.
That's the beginning of that.
Awesome.
What?
Oh, that requires me speaking.
You want me to go first?
Well, considering that I personally don't drive, and it's much rather that as a passenger that I do the being on the road. It doesn't totally bother me. I know that technology is going to advance and that it's just naturally going to happen. And I know from seeing what it can do that theoretically it gets rid of all traffic and would get rid of a lot of problems that be attached to it. And it'd make theoretically driving cheaper just because you'd have to pay less for gas and just the way that it would operate and for accidents.
Okay, so you think it's a good thing overall?
Most definitely.
For me, I'm more of a neutral sense, because while I know that driverless vehicles can be a very good improvement, and I know that the technology is rising in a very meteoric sense. Sorry for my word choice. I know that there's a lot of hurdles that need to be overcome in order to make it actually work in a real life sense, because there have already been a couple accidents in testing, and even though it's in testing, it still means that we've still got a bit of a ways to go before it can actually be used safely. And while I know to err is human, I would prefer to rely on a human partner to drive and stuff like that, even though I don't drive at all because I haven't gotten my license yet. So while I do know that it would be a good thing for us, I'm still on the fence about it.
And tell me, what's your opinion on driverless vehicles and automation?
Well, I mean, I don't think any of those things would really exist. When we look at our future, of course our generation is changing and over time. And looking at all the things that are happening right now, a lot of changes are happening fast. The years are going by fast. In terms of having all the things like flying cars, our technology is really increasing. So I'm not saying there should be any flying cars or anything. There might be, but I don't think there might. But depending on how technology goes, so.
Well, I think it would benefit both. It would create more jobs on people to create those self-checkouts, but then at the same time it would be taking away jobs from people that do that. So to me it would be in the middle.
I personally don't agree with it. Not only are they lowering our ability to do stuff like driving on our own, cars that drive for themselves, where basically the younger generations are not going to know how to drive because there's going to be a car driving them instead of them learning how to drive. There's probably not going to be a purpose for a license anymore, so I don't agree with it.
Dakota Dickerson Productions.